Hi everyone, welcome to another session. In this session, we will discuss next question, question number two. So, as we have discussed in our previous session, that we will try to answer the question, but we will also try to understand uh, the reason behind it, why that particular option is correct, and also the other options which are incorrect. So, we will also discuss them, um, why they are incorrect, and also we will also try to pick the key point from the questions, and also we will try to revise our concept, because as we have discussed multiple times that CISSP is a conceptual exam, and we need to understand the concept rather trying to answer the question and try to learn them by heart. So that will never help in the CISSP exam. So we are not supposed to blindly learn the answers, because there is no uh, question bank which you can use and go through all the questions and you will see same question in the CISSP exam. So therefore we will spend more time to answer that question and also try to understand the concept. So now let's get started. And one more thing, so you can pause the video, you can try the answer yourself, and uh, and then we can discuss the possible correct answer. So let's read it through. Which provision should be included in a service level agreement with a third party service provider? So you can pause the video, pick your answer, and get back to the session. So the correct okay. So now let's go through all those answers. In the event in the event of a breach, investigation shall be performed by the service provider. Second option is compensation for impacts caused by the service provider shall be limited to 12 months. Sorry, there should be a space between 2 and 12. Um, it is 2 and 12 months, limited to 12 months. Third option is order of the service provider shall be unannounced in the event that predetermined risk threshold has been exceeded. Fourth option is orders of the service provider shall always be unannounced. So here the correct answer is orders of the service provider shall be announced in the event that predetermined risk threshold has been exceeded. Okay, so now let's try to understand the reason why this particular option is reasonable. So if we go through it, it it is balanced and reasonable, because if something risky happens, like a security, a red flag, you can do an unannounced audit of the service provider. This help catch a real security issue without giving the provider time to hide or fix things temporarily, right? So now let's all break down the incorrect option and why they don't work. So the first one is in the event of breach, investigation shall be performed by the service provider. Why this is wrong? This creates a conflict of interest. Uh, the service provider might not be honest when investigating their own failures. It's better if the client or third party does the investigation. The option B is compensation for impacts caused by service providers shall be limited to 12 months. Uh, this puts a strict limits on how long you can claim the damage. But some problems like data leaks may take longer to uncover. So also legal action or full impact assessment might not be completed in just 12 months. So third option we have already discussed. Now the last option is that audits of the service provider shall always be unannounced. Sounds good for transparency, but it's too extreme. Routine audit should usually be announced so provider can cooperate. Only special cases like when there is a risk threshold breach should be unannounced as in option C. So now few key points here which we need to understand. First thing is what SLA is. SLA is service level agreement, right? SLA is service level agreement between a company and service provider that defines what services will be delivered, how well they must be delivered, performance, uptime, etc. So what happens if the provider fails to meet expectations, right? So then they should pay penalty for that. So that is also written in service level agreement. Yeah, so here the key point is that we need to understand the concept of service level agreement, what service level agreement is, and that we should know. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any comment, feedback on this question, please share in the comment section.